What's going on? Mr. Dave here on the rock pile, and we are moving along on this job. We got some texture coats we have finished up. We got a ways to go, a little bit to get it all buttoned up. Got to do the slide trough in the back there and continue to put the texture coat on a few spots that are still remaining. But I want to walk you through the latest progress here and show you a little bit about the texture coat and the way we attacked that this time on this job. We used the fog coats, and those are the different colored get out of the light there in the shadow there. Those are different colors of fog coat. We got like a cream white, sort of an orangey brown, and then a gray green, and I put those in the cracks and stuff. You can throw it on and just make little splotchy dots of the fog coat stuff on there. We're mixing all of our mortar mixes with a drill with a paddle, not a paddle, but I don't know what you call that, for mixing the mortar right there. So we're doing that for the mix. We're using 5-gallon buckets, and we're using spec mix, just basic spec mix from Home Depot, but I add Portland to it. I also put acrylic, and this is again a Home Depot, not Deco, Home Depot product, and it's a Sika. It's manufactured by Sika concrete bonding adhesive. So we mix that in. It's the watery. It's a little more watery. It's not the glue. It's the actual acrylic admix. So going to use that on the back, but the majority of what this project has been getting coated with is the texture coat, as far as that goes. So we're putting on the fog coat first, getting that color integrated into the mix, into the texture, into the wet mortar that we're spackling on or troweling on, plastering on. And then we're using stamps to put some texture into it. These are just called skins. They're just a thinner version of stamps that are heavier and thicker. And I've had these for years. But you can see they're from a real rock, and so they actually give you the texture of the real deal, which is kind of cool. So we start off by putting it on, plastering on our coat, and then we come back and we throw on the fog coat. You can see that brown in there, and the cream is in there a little bit of cream as well, that lighter color, and the green is in here somewhere too. You can see it in this area right here, right there. And so we put that green color in there just to add variety to the color. You know, the more colors we have going on, the better. I've rinsed off the back, and when you get it wet, the colors come out a lot more, which is kind of cool. Isn't that cool? You can kind of see how rich the colors are that we have going on with this project. And that's before we've painted the feature. We've added any acrylic, exterior latex I should say, paint, house paint. We added some steps right here in concrete just to build up some smaller steps, and then you climb up and boulder on up to the top. The valve is covered. This is the rock that starts the feature. There's a little pond in there, and it's going to dump out. And we got the railing rocks. You want to keep your people contained. We have our pipe that we tied in, so it's going along the fence, kind of the cheapest way to do it and fastest. And then yesterday I did this rock all at one time with cinder block, the big ones, 8/16 I think they are. And then I mixed up 4,000 PSA bag concrete. That's what you get at Home Depot, and I put that down, and I just kept it thick. And you can see here the scratch coat or the raw concrete, some of the gravel from in this area. We got the gravel, the ground cover, and then I put the mortar mix on top, and I did the fog coat just like I explained, and then I put the stamps on top of that, and in one shot we got the rock shaped up, bulked up, and then we got this texture coat all done in one day. And if I had more mud, I could have finished out the back, but I ran out. So that was kind of cool. It's like a pretty quick little way of getting a good sized stone there. It's 2.5 feet tall, and that really worked out well. I needed something over here to balance the feature out, and as far as the overall look goes. So there you go. What we have to do is just a little more here right in the spillway underneath there. We got to do that thing. Haven't got that yet. You can see the the dark waterproofing on there, I'm using Miracoat Membrane C. That's the elastomeric product that's a little rubbery, so it gives an expanse and contraction. It can keep its waterproofing even when it has those physiological changes. The rock actually expands and contracts with the heat, and so that's a good thing to use. I've been using it for a bunch of years. TheraSeal's another one if you've got a really good project that's locked in. There's tons of concrete everywhere, and you can sort of tell it's not going to expand and contract as bad. But been steering more towards the Membrane C now for the last couple of years. So anyway, Mr. Dave here on the rock pile. There you go. A little bit of our texture coat strategy. You take the powder and you put it on the little stamps. You just dust it on there and rub it in. Then you pour off the excess and back into the bucket, and then push it into the wet mud. If the mud gets too dry, then you're not going to get that impression. So you have to keep it moist and not do too much plastering on the rocks before you get ahead of yourself, so the first part dries out and then you can't get any pushed in texture. You can still finish it out with a brush and trowel and get an interesting look, which is no big deal. But if you're trying to get that stamp in, it has to be moist enough to impress that into it. So anyway, Mr. Dave here on the rock pile. If you want to see what else we do, you can go to davehenderson.podia.com, www.davehenderson.podia.com, and you too can learn how to do this. Have my links to my other platforms: Facebook, YouTube channel, Instagram, at daverhenderson.com, daverhenderson.com. So if you want to check those out, you can click to those and see hundreds of videos, I think, between them all, and tons of pictures too as well. There's some great galleries in the album section of Facebook on my Henderson Sculptural Arts Inc. Site on Facebook. And so anyway, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you can. That's awesome. And just send me some messages if you have any questions or thoughts on some new content you'd like, things you'd like to learn about. Let me know. All right. Remember, the basis of life is to really give more than you take, and try to be grateful and thankful and forgiving. Get really good at those things, and you're going to have an awesome life. All right, man. We will see you next time, Mr. Dave on the rock pile. Have a great day, no matter what. All right, bye.